My media and persuasion speech will be on the topic of learning theories. There are three theories that I will discuss today, and they are classical conditioning, operant conditioning, and modeling. Learning theories explain how individuals acquire, retain, and recall knowledge. The first learning theory is classical conditioning. I will use the Pavlov dog experiment, which most of you are probably familiar with, to help explain this theory. Classical conditioning is the pairing of a stimulus with a previously neutral stimulus, which then comes to trigger a response. In Pavlov's experiment, the unconditioned stimulus is the dog food, the unconditioned response is salivating, and then the conditioned stimulus is the bell, and the conditioned response is again salivating. In the next slide is an example of this. Perfume ads use classical conditioning because they usually cast attractive people, but nothing else is even talked about or shown in the ad. This creates a positive connection with the perfume for the viewer. The next learning theory is operant conditioning, which uses reinforcement and punishment. When reinforcement is used, the previous behavior is usually repeated in order to continue receiving the reward. However, when punishment is used, the behavior will happen less frequently or may even stop completely. An example of operant conditioning is the Starbucks rewards program. A lot of companies use rewards to give customers an incentive to keep coming back. As you can see, members get stars when they spend money and then can trade in their stars for other items. The final learning theory is modeling, which is also called observational learning or imitation and includes 4 steps. The first stage is attention. An individual must first pay attention to the behavior if they're going to model it. Next is retention, or remembering information about the behavior. Then the individual must be physically able to reproduce the behavior. However, motor reproduction doesn't apply if the behavior is an attitude change. Finally, the individual must have a motivation to perform the new behavior. An example of modeling is celebrity endorsement advertisements. Companies are hoping that viewers will model the behavior of someone that they look up to.